My name is Vincent. I'm in San Antonio, Texas at the Rollercade, and I'm connected.
Kick.
Everybody shake it, baby. Everybody shake it, baby.
All right, so tell us a little bit about your rink here.
Rollercade was established in 1959. Over the time of its being here, it served, I've tried to calculate how many skaters, but it's a staggering number of people in 60 years that have been able to come and skate and share this experience, and to have people come in, as grandparents now, reminiscing about when they came in and their parents brought them skating for the first time, and here they are now with their grandbabies, introducing them to skating for the first time, and the experiences that they take away from those moments, and that's profound, and that's something that it's really hard to it's hard to put a price on.
Yeah. So you said that you guys have been open for how long?
60 years.
60 years. And what has been your biggest challenge in those 60 years?
Gosh, depends on the decade. We had flooding one year that came up into the floor a little bit, and we had to try and pull the floor back. I mean, all the basics that you would assume in terms of we've had the normal sort of cultural ebb and flow skating is seen over the years. The peak in the 70s, right? When that was the thing you went out and did, and it was super banging from what I understand. I wasn't rolling at that point, so I've heard it was pretty crazy back then.
So when did you start skating?
I started skating when I was 5, and I started then going to competitive artistic skating. And that's what I grew up doing, dance, with partner dancing and whatnot. So it's a real treat now to see a lot of the adult community doing the ballroom and doing the other components. Some of the new things we're seeing I say new, they're newer to us. We see things that are coming out of like St. Louis, I think the ballroom, the steps coming out of just that kind of fun partner work where you're actually working together. That's a cool thing.
So you started skating at 5, but when did you fall in love with roller skating?
As an adult. I took a long break from it. I was
interesting.
Competed and was very, certainly enjoyed skating at a young age, but I think where the fire lit for me, and where I got a sense of the freedom to skate, because artistic, you're accomplishing steps, right? You're doing all of this. So now as an adult, I skate with very little care for how it looks, and it's all about how it feels. And so all those skills then, that I were taught to me way back when, like they serve me really well now because I can move very free, and it's a very liberating experience. So falling in love with skating as an adult, really finding that it did something for me that I couldn't get from my bike, that I couldn't get from other things. Even going dancing, I love salsa dancing. I love going out and Latin dancing, and swing dancing was the other one I did a lot of. And those are good fun, but this it hits a different note.
It definitely does.
The workout I get from it, I'm an hour and you're just dripping. It's such a neat experience.
So tell us about the picture that is behind you. I love this picture. So tell me a little bit about this picture behind you.
My grandfather, and he is in Springfield, Missouri, I believe in this photo at a rink. And it's funny, he's the one who taught me freestyle, which is a lot of,
Cool.
we think adult scene, that the freestyle is a little bit different than like artistic freestyle, which is like the jumps, the spins,
Right.
and all that kind of stuff. And that was what he was really strong in. And then he went on to be he was a dancer his whole life as well. So imparting all of the love of music and dance and jumps and spins. I mean, this is his spirit. It didn't matter if it was on skates or at the lake house. Like, you'd
Right.
go out to the lake house and you'd have a pyramid of people behind his boat because he was, always trying to accomplish something. Like,
Right.
I don't want to just, like, you can just ski if you want. He's like, but, like, how about you ski and, like, you get on my shoulders and, like,
Oh, okay. Daredevil.
it was always, but I mean, always had a sense of safety. It was never
Yes.
extreme in terms of an adrenaline junkie.
Right.
It was more just like a creative, he had this
Right.
creative itch, and it was like, we can get more out of this experience. There's an more interesting way to do this than just, doing the status quo.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can roll the rink forward the whole way, or you can move it your way.
Yeah.
So he always moved his way.
Gotcha. Sounds good. So, how do you guys deal with the generational changes with the roller skating business? Because every generation is different, from the music to everything like that. So, how do you guys, as a business, deal with those changes?
Stay sensitive and receptive to the fact that things change. And there are things that are changing culturally, from Instagram and our very visual social media, things that we've got out there that are driving, I think, some of our newer traffic. It's bringing in a certain element that is finding the skating scene attractive again. And so, finding ways that we can meet those new needs and still honor kind of what it is that skating is and how it serves everybody across the generational divides that we have, right? Because each group has got its period of music and it's got their style of skating.
Definitely.
There's some commonality to it, but at the same time, there's definitely things that people appreciate. I mean, especially when it comes to music.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's a huge thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for you, what do you enjoy the most in running a skating rink?
Those moments when the grandparents come, when in the middle of the week there's nobody here, we're doing maintenance, and somebody just, they're not like, hey, I was driving by and I wanted to just see this place, and I drove up and you're actually still here. Like, can I just come in and like look around for a minute? And you watch them do that. That process is there. Nothing's on in the rink. We're just doing our normal like
Right.
humdrum cleaning or whatever it might be, and they're all the way back there. They're all, the lights are on for them in their head. People are on the floor skating and they're just having that, those moments. And for a lot of people, they're like, I had my first kiss right over there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's just,
That's interesting.
you see them take those moments of just like, wow, like real connection that they had. So for me, it's seeing those things happen within the community. And I don't have to be in the rink either. I mean, I skate a lot outside. And so when I'm outdoors and people see me out there jamming down the street, that's how I do.
Yeah.
And I yell hoot and holler, and I get to a red light and they're like, man, I remember I used to skate down that place at Goliath or wherever it was. I mean, they just automatically want to tell stories. They want to connect with you. They want to share. And, it's like, I happen to have skates on my feet. That makes me more approachable, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's that, thing that opens people right up.
Yeah. Now, one thing that we know, and I speak about this often, is how roller skating is now a lot more in the mainstream. There was a period of time where roller skating was at its peak, and then it didn't disappear. It kind of went underground, but now it's starting to resurface again. So as a roller skating rink owner, how do you feel about that? How does that affect you as a business when you see those changes like that?
Right. I think the cultural waves that come in, that's going to give us new traffic. That's going to give us new exposure. But the thing that really needs to maintain itself, the thing that's required for it to be consistent, is doing what it is your core business does, and that is giving those experiences to people, those birthday parties, those little kids. I mean, giving them those moments, because when they come back as grandparents, like this, they're having those first moments. So like always knocking it out of the park when it comes to those things like that, and treating everybody that comes in I mean, we do this all the time, but for them, it might be their first time. And they are viscerally probably scared to get on the floor, and helping them through those moments. If you do that, and you do that really well, then I think all the other cultural ebb and flow that happens, I mean, we'll see the uptick, but the downturn is only going to hit so hard. And before, there's still a baseline of people where it's like, we skate.
Yeah.
And because there's so many things to do now in our day and age. I mean, our
Yeah.
society, you look on Facebook and there's just event after event after event. You look
Yes.
at, it's really easy to make choices. So we got to make sure that we're always that spot where, you come that first time, you're hooked.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
And that it's important. So one part of that is your employees. So have you been lucky or fortunate to find core employees that still have they maintain that value that you want, so that every person that comes through the door, they have that experience that makes them want to come back?
Yeah, it's tricky, and because staffing has such a big impact on customer experience, and they can make or break a customer's experience. And everything for years could have been going great, but that one experience with that one employee, that one customer, it's tricky, especially for a lot of the employees that we have. This is their first job, second job. I mean, they're 13, 14, 15, not generally that young, but I started here when I was 13. And we've got a little boy who started when he was 14, and now he's 15, and he has to work within the normal hours. But when you find people that are really good at what they do, helping develop them, because it's teachable moments, and it's you end up effectively sort of not raising them, but you get to raise them into their future career selves. So finding and developing people it's a never-ending cycle, because people come in and then they're going to work for a few years. Every once in a while we have people that work here for we have employees that have been here for 8+ years, 10 years. So not just us, but I mean employees. It's still they come in and
That's all right. Okay, so where do you see roller skating in the next, we'll say 10 years? Well, where do you see the rise or fall of roller skating? Because there seems to be a pattern. It goes up, it comes down, goes up, it comes down. So for you personally, where do you see roller skating in a couple of years?
I think roller skating is on a strong upward trend. I think if we do it right as a scene, as a culture, I don't think it's going away this time. I think it's going to stay. I think we have the ability with social media to create things. You see it happening within the Moxie crew, right?
Yes.
The Moxie brand. They've done an amazing job of bringing an awareness to a whole new group. And so when you get that, I mean, that's not going away. Those people are going to want to have that fun for a long time. And they're going to be making cool videos of them doing crazy stuff.
Right?
Right?
Want to have pipes and everything.
And sharing that stuff, and it's we're going to see the sport evolve and change. But I think you think about the LA Roller Girls and some of what they've done and their commercials that they've been in and music videos they've been in. There's just a whole host of things where you're seeing roller skating pop up, and that's more of the rhythm side of things. So I think that we're going to start to see. I think that it's going to keep building, and we'll hit a point, but I feel like we're on a strong upward trend, and I think if we work in social media the right way, we are collectively all going to keep this thing, mainstream. We're going to keep it current and relevant.
Okay. Well, we love the decorations, we love the lighting. I'm in love with this room right here with all the different pictures. It's a lot of history here, And with roller skating, it's a lot of history in roller skating, history and culture, and it's important to keep that going. So we appreciate all the hard work that you guys are doing. I love the vibe when I walked in here. It seemed like everybody was happy. Everybody was, you're a very happy person. Since we've been here, we've been seeing you smiling 24/7. So I love it. So for you and your skating rink here, do you guys have any future plans for anything special, any upcoming events or anything like that? Or
starting our jam class, that's something that's a little bit different. We are also working to rebuild an artistic club. So those are things where we are looking for new ways to build awareness within the community and give people a new outlet, and help them along the way. I mean, because if you can get people past that initial, like, this is scary, this is hard.
Nervous, yeah.
And now
Yeah.
to the fact that I can do things on my skates and it's fun, and you start getting people to realize that they're dancing
Yeah.
on their skates.
Yeah.
Whether you're doing jumps and spins artistically, you should still be dancing. You should still be moving. It's all musical, right? Musicality and finding those things. So yeah, growing the community within the rink, and then beyond that, something I'm passionate about is growing the community outside of the rink.
That's important
And
too.
and that is outdoor skating. It's so much fun. I sold my bike after I put my first time.
Right.
Growing up, we didn't skate outdoors. We didn't have the wheels to do it quite the way that you can do it now. I mean, with the urethane we got out, I mean, you can really get after it out there. I mean, I've skated in the rain, uphill pushing, and like my wheels still got traction.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just like I can do things now that I couldn't have done before.
Yeah.
And I can see like going places and taking, vacations. I was up in Massachusetts recently and getting to skate with my daughter on a Friday night through downtown Boston. Got our music kicking, and we're just like moving and bouncing, and she's 7, just turned 8, and it's like getting to share that experience with her and rolling through a brand new space, and you can take it all in when you're on your skates. You can just roll backwards, use side, it's very liberating. It's outdoors is the whole thing. So we've got Ciclovia coming up in a couple of weeks here. I think y'all probably have one in Houston as well. Have y'all done one in there? Do y'all have one? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, and I think this is the one that's coming up on the 29th.
Yeah.
In
Y'all.
Houston, I think.
Oh, is y'all also on the 29th?
Is that the?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're going to do it the same. I wonder if they do it. All the cities are on the same day. That'd be cool.
It's fun.
Yeah, it is. So I'm getting a big system, putting it in a stroller, and that way I can
Interesting.
and I'm gonna try and get 50, 60 people out there just
Interesting.
bumping and just rolling and doing. Yeah, I want us all out there just.
Yeah.
It's and that just that building the awareness, and it does such amazing things. And there are the Derby crew that those folks are still out there. They haven't really gone away. Some of them have evolved. They've gotten older and they're a little bit tired of getting hit.
Yeah.
Don't heal as fast.
Maybe I just want to dance on my skate. Still, need all that same footwork. You need all those things, but building our community within the rink in new ways, as well as really expanding outside the rink, because all that's going to do is just it strengthens the awareness to this is something you can do. This is an option. You got a Saturday night, you don't have anything to do with your family. Well, you go put some skates on, and it's basically like going out to the club.
It's good family fun.
But it's good family fun. There's no drinking, there's no smoking. I mean, it's all just.
And it's very reasonably priced compared to some other things that you may do, because your prices are phenomenal for family fun,
Yeah.
So if someone was going to contact you guys, do you guys have social media?
We've got an Instagram account. It's at the Rollercade, and then we're on Facebook under the Rollercade as well. Those are probably the easiest ways right now to get a hold of us. We're working on a few other things, but haven't released them yet. So when those come out, you'll get to see those.
Cool.
Gotcha.
We're excited.
It is exciting. Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, we appreciate your time and for sitting down, giving us the history, the culture that you've experienced, and all of the ups and downs of skating rink business, because there is a lot of ups and downs. But the main thing is just to keep going. So again, we appreciate all the hard work that you guys were doing here, and we're looking forward to seeing what else you guys got going in the future.
Yeah.
All right.
I can't wait to skate with you guys at some point when you come back in town.
Yeah.
There you go.
Together.
We will meet you on the wood.
That's right. We will roll it. Let's roll it out.